Hello everybody, welcome to another quick video. Something a little bit different today. I'm going to talk to you about challenging yourself with your photography. And does it really sort of help to actually give yourself unrealistic goals? Or does it help just like stick within your comfort zone and do what you know? Now, over the past few years, if you've been following the channel, you've seen I've sort of been moving more into sort of the landscape side of things and still doing the wildlife and some of the woodland, but I'm trying to sort of develop a little bit more into the landscape side of things. Now, the way I'm doing that is to go out and challenge myself. Does it work every time? No. But if you get out and you get some nice conditions and essentially get some sort of worthwhile sort of shots in the bag, each time you do it, you're training your eye a little bit more and you get better and better at it. So what we've done today, we've come to a little place called Cheshire Country Park in Cheshire. I'll just spin around, here you can see in the background. As you can see, there's some really nice rolling hills. You're looking over the Cheshire Peak District. I've just come this way, you may be able to make out in the distance. Some lovely sort of light hitting the peaks over in the distance. I think this is going to be a challenge, trying to get something out, but if the light starts dancing, we can get something worthwhile. The challenge for today is going to be, basically we're not going to walk very far. I mean, literally the car park is there. So we're not going far, but what we're going to do, start picking bits and pieces out, and with these little bits of blue skies, it's throwing some light, there's a lovely bit of light over there. I'll see if we can get some shots out. So, we've got a smallish area to play with. The country park itself is actually quite big, you can get right the way down to the valley and sort of around quite a few of the areas. But it's been torrential rain overnight. And one of the pathways down there, they look a little bit like a waterfall, so I'm not really fancying it today. So what we're going to do, stay sort of fairly sort of localised up and see what sort of snaps we can pick out. And that's going to be the challenge. Can you do something in a sort of fairly small area, essentially not far from the car, and get some reasonable results? Don't know. Let's give it a go. So straight away I spotted this, just here, got a little picnic bench with quite a nice set of fields behind. Now the light has been dancing on the fields. If I just sort of look up there, there's a nice little patch of blue. So if we're really lucky, that's going to come across. Okay, a bit of a play with that, so maybe sort of drop the bench on the bottom third, looking out over the hillside, get some nice light on that really sort of vibrant green field. I think it'll work quite well. So I'll hang around for a minute here, see if I get some light come across, so I can grab a shot of that, I think. And yeah, that's one in the bag. So I think that worked fairly well. Fairly basic composition. You've got the rule of thirds in full motion. Yeah, maybe slightly right hand heavy, but I think it still works quite well because it sort of works like negative space with the amount of green fields that are on there. But yeah, I think that worked all right. So I've come a little bit further along, and that's quite a nice view. Bear with, I'll just spin you around. So that's what we were shooting before over that way. But as you can see, that just opens up beautifully. You got this gorgeous section over there. Got some lovely dappled light at the minute, but these clouds are great. Some lovely moody clouds. Really, really nice. But as far as settings go today, essentially I've stuck at f8, ISO 200. An aperture priority as per normal, letting the shutter speed sort itself out, but it's really quick anyway. Despite it being a bit cloudy, it's a very, very bright day, so it's not really much of a problem at all for get some great handheld shots. Certainly no need for a tripod in these conditions, but try and get a couple more little shots as it's sort of pushing out there. Get a bit of zoom on it. There's a nice sort of section that the trees, frankly, they're absolutely gorgeous. Loads of different colours and shades in the trees. So try to bring something up. What I'm probably going to do a high res image, and actually do that with essentially sort of almost like sort of a full on sort of panoramic sort of feel to it. So slightly cheaty on the panorama, but it just makes it easier when you're sort of catching the light. So especially if it's moving, you're not like sort of doing a panorama where the light's changing as you're going across. So one shot, high res mode, and sort of cut into a panorama. And yeah, I'll stick it up now for you. I don't know if you can make that out, but the light's starting to come in, but it's just not in quite the right place at the minute. But it's just a case of playing the waiting area. You can just see now a little bit coming into the wooded area. So I'm going to hang around here for another minute or so, wait for that to come across, grab some shots, but I'm already going to grab a few shots of that as it comes across now, so I better get the camera up. So although not perfect, I don't think they came out too bad. Typically the light didn't land where I wanted to, but yeah, these things happen. Occasionally you can't quite rely on the light to do exactly what you want it to do, but that's Mother Nature for you. But yeah, it's quite nice, but that's basically as far as you can go down here, so we'll head back up the other side of the car park, see if there's anything else that we can spot. So coming a little bit further round, I'm actually heading on one of the tracks at the side. But if I just pan around now, just out over there, you've got Jodrell Bank radio telescope. Some fantastic clouds. We're really quite high up, so get a lovely sort of shot. With that sort of dropped in there, I think a nice moody edit, bring those clouds up, and yeah, that's quite pretty. And obviously because we are quite high up, you're getting these big sort of contrasts as you're looking out over the hillside, and the light is playing quite nicely. It's not playing perfectly, but then again, you got to wait your time and sort of try and get the shot when it presents itself nicely. But from here, essentially we're looking down over Macclesfield and beyond, and considering it was torrential rain first thing this morning, wow, what a difference. So we've got some really dynamic scenes on and some lovely views. Essentially you've got these great sort of pastoral scenes, a lovely rolling countryside, the trees and bits leading straight across into sort of Greater Manchester area. So some fantastic sort of mix of things, but the way the light's dancing, you've got to be careful, pick your shots. Like I say, a couple of times I've actually missed a nice shot because I was talking to you, but that's by the by. I'll do sort of a little bit of sort of patience and wait for it to come back in. But although it's a bit blowy, quite chilly, it's actually a really, really gorgeous day to be out with the camera. And these are sort of conditions where you can challenge yourself and really helps grow your photography. You know, you're not sort of just sitting there going, oh, same snap, same snap, same snap. Move around, play with the light, wait for it to come across, and frankly, you'd be surprised at how good it can get when the conditions are like this. there we go. Bit of a challenge on. Can you come to just a very public country park and get some lovely shots? Turns out, yes, you can if you're in the right sort of spot. But hopefully that's sort of giving you a bit of a kick to go out. It doesn't matter where you go. Say a public park, somewhere like this. If you play with the conditions, challenge yourself, get some shots in. Big key to it is don't compare yourself to people on social media. What you will see on social media is a very, very curated set of perfection. You don't see the shots behind it that didn't come out exactly right. You don't get the bits where a lot of people are sort of, they've taken 2 or 3 shots, spliced them together. They don't tell you that. What you're seeing is a very polished end product, and it can actually affect how you do your photography, because you're thinking you've got to hit that absolute perfect spot every single time. You don't have to. Get out there, get some shots in. The more you do, the better you will get. And it all comes about training your eye, and especially if you've got a scene like that, it just works for you. It's absolutely brilliant. But for now, I'll leave it there. Pop a couple more shots up that I've got, and so we're going to carry on walking around. I'll grab some more shots as we go. So a bit of a gallery here at the end for you. But if you enjoyed the video, please do give us a big thumbs up. And if you liked it a lot, hit subscribe. Always helps out the channel. But for now, from quite a pretty Cheshire, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Underground for so long, in the dark, I forgot how the sunlight feels. Hidden just out of reach, down below, waiting for time to reveal 100 new colors in me. Even if it takes 100,000 years to finally shine, unlike any other, something undiscovered.